So I work in the news industry, and all the trends point towards, the next few years is going to be the era for hyper-local news, not just news restricted to cities. So is this going to be a great time for hyper-local regional cuisine as well? Is it going to explode? What do the trends say? And what is the scope for it business-wise?
Hyper-local is the new mantra, right? We saw that change a while back when people said, no, I don't want to politically define my cuisine. When Maharashtrian cuisine started giving way to Khandeshi food, Puneri food, Vidarbha food, Konkani food, you got a sense of it 10 years ago, when it wasn't just state boundaries, political boundaries that were defining cuisines. The natural progression would have been, yes, how do you create subcultures, sub-regions? And then COVID made that process much faster. You had time for more discovery, you had time for deep diving, and hence hyperlocal just became a natural extension and was put on a fast track. So it is the way to go. And and like I said, it is so good to hear conversations about नहीं वो कटक का आलूर दम ऐसा होता है, वो तो बहुत स्पाइसी बनाते हैं, हमारे भुवनेश्वर वाला खाओ, we add layers to that. It's very important to find these hyper regional and that's where GI comes in. No, mudi to hamari hai, no, it's GI tagged. Yeah, so I think that bit, hyper local, hyper regional, subcultural, detailed, is the future for food, and that's why time for Orissa will come.
So you have the iconic "maa ke haath ka khana," my mother is the best cook narrative, but then all the chefs are papas. As in, they're all men in all the restaurants. How does that work?
See, I think no. First of all, you breaking that stereotype's breaking. See, what happens is, for the longest time, cooking for large people was just unnecessarily laborious and bade bartan, badi handiyan, so on and so forth. Till now the kitchens are all mechanized, it's not as tough. And I think that just started this whole chain, this is like pehlwani wala kaam, let these guys handle it. And the women were smart enough to say, I'm not interested in this. Also it was more about organizing than cooking. The real cooking still happens at home, right? And all these guys who are chefs eventually go back to home food, home cooking, and say, okay, yeah, I wish I could cook like my mom. But that's breaking. I think shuru se hum logon ne Maharaj bhi, it's not just chefs. We've seen Maharajas to be men. Before that, in all folklore, fables, we've seen these badi handiyon ke samne log Bhim being a cook in Agyatwas. So that basically was just because of the nature of the work at that point in time, it just became associated to a certain gender. We're breaking it now. A lot of fantastic female chefs out there.
My questions will never end, so we'll go to the audience.
My name is Devashish, and this question actually is on behalf of my daughter. I'm not sure she'll ask this question, so I'm just asking you on her behalf. And whenever we've seen you in MasterChef or even here, we always see you first smell. What is so particular and why first smell?
इसका आंसर बताया आज मेरे को आज सुबह ही मिला है. So I saw them take the prasadam in the temple all wrapped around. They had their faces covered, nose covered. तो मैंने कहा ये प्रसाद ऐसे क्यों लेके जा रहे हैं? बोल रहे नहीं, in Orissa we believe if you've smelled it you have half eaten it. तो भगवान को भोग लगाते टाइम सूंघते भी नहीं है. So that is why you smell food, because the first interaction with food, even before you taste it, you get a fair amount of idea of what you're going to taste and where it is going to go. So वो smelling is half eating वाला fundamental. आंसर मेरे को आज मिल गया. उसका बड़ा अच्छा टर्म था, मैं उससे आग्रहण अर्ध भोजन. That is the answer, sir.
Thank you so very much, and thank you, chef, for being so honest and being so genuine.
Thank you.
And just being so sweet.